What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Travis. This is TWA Motorsports, and I hope you guys are having an awesome day. Today is pretty good. The weather is back to, well, normal conditions. I say normal. It's kind of cool. It's actually 76 degrees today, which is a big change of pace. I absolutely love it. But today, we're going to talk about Corvettes. And mainly, we're going to talk about this Corvette, some ideas that I have. The C8 Corvette, obviously, that is a huge deal right now. And but first, let's do a cold start on this thing. Let's pull it out, and we'll talk to you why we drive it around. You know what's awesome about an automatic car? You can remote start it. Okay guys, we are out driving the car around, and I don't really talk about this car much, and the reason I don't is because it's really not one of my favorite cars. I've had a ton of cars over the years, and while this is nice and the creature comforts are just so much better than anything else, I just don't love it. So I've been thinking about the C8, and obviously if you guys have been on YouTube, if you've been on social media, the C8 is blown up. It's huge. It's really the biggest Corvette launch that I've ever seen or witnessed in my lifetime. I mean, when the C6 ZR1 came out, it was a big deal, but it was the first over $100,000 Corvette, really, and it was crazy, but it didn't have all these people wanting to buy one. So you've got people that have never owned Corvettes, big YouTubers that are going to buy one. And I think really because the price point is crazy. I mean, mid-engine, almost 500 horsepower, 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds, they say. We don't really have a time. No quarter-mile times or anything yet, of course. They probably know, but they're not talking about it. Of course, it's amazing. It's an amazing car. And like I said, I've never seen this kind of excitement around an American sports car since, I mean, the Ford GT, but that's like out of people's realm, you know, you can't afford it. And then at the very end, so I'm watching the reveal, and the guy says that it's going to start under 60,000. Now, look, the car that's in the video that you guys, or the launch, is a 2LT or a 3LT top end Z51 package. It had everything on it, so they're not going to bring the turd out that's going to start at $60,000. It's not going to be the base. I mean, it's a base model car, but it's not going to be a. They're not going to show that. Of course, you want to show your baddest one. So we saw the exciting one, the one that everybody wants, and then they go to order it, and it's going to be like 75, 80 grand. And I don't know what the prices are going to be, guys. I'm just speculating, just based off current trends of the pricing. But anyway, so the C8 is something I've been contemplating. In fact, yesterday it's raining and I was off work, and I literally contemplated going to order one. It's that much of a difference to me. Like I said, I'm not excited about this car. There's nothing wrong with this car, but ever since I sold my C6 ZR1, which, if you guys don't know, I did own a C6 ZR1 that was fully built, had tons of stuff done to it, and I'll post a link up here. 1320 just did a video that it was in. It's the blue ZR1 in that video, but I really miss that car, and to be honest with you, up until the reveal, I have been looking at buying another C6 ZR1. The C7 ZR1 does not appeal to me at all. I don't like the front bumper. I could have purchased one of those instead of buying this car. I didn't see the need. It wasn't that exciting to me like the C6 was. But the C6 platform was just, I love the color. Those old commercials with Tim Allen talking about America still builds rockets. That was like, that sold it. Sometimes a commercial can sell a car. I know in high school, and the reason I have a Trans Am to this day are because of all the commercials that GM ran back then, with the Trans Am in it. It can make it. Marketing can change your concept on a car. It's crazy what it can do. But ultimately, guys, when I sold the C6 ZR1, I talked about how I wanted to get a exotic car. And when I say exotic, I was looking at, I kind of like Porsches. I've always wanted a Lamborghini though, so that has been my dream car for the longest time. Could I have bought a cheaper Gallardo already? Absolutely, with some of the money I've spent. For the money I spent to mod the ZR1 and the cost of the car, absolutely, I could have bought a cheaper Gallardo. And so that's kind of what I was looking at. But I wanted an 09 and up because they just had a little bit less of an issue as far as transmissions go and clutches and whatnot, and all the stuff you get involved with a sports car, a exotic car anyway. But ever since the Huracan came out, that has been my new dream car. I just think it looks really sleek. It is a amazing looking car. You see the underground cars just beating up on everybody, which I would never be able to afford an underground racing Huracan or Gallardo for that matter, but just amazing cars. So I think I'm not really sure what I want to do. So I'm on the fence. The C8, I'm afraid there's going to be a ton of them out there. GM says they're going to produce. They're thinking they're going to ramp production up to around 40,000. That is a lot of freaking cars. There's going to be a ton of people out there. Like I said, I'm not going to have the first one to do all the cool stuff with, and that's really not what this channel's about anyway. I don't review cars. I don't get the newest, greatest thing and then talk about how great it is and race it and dyno it and do all these things that other channels will do. And I'm glad they're out there because I love watching that stuff. I love to see what the cars will do. But I think the way I like to trade vehicles and the way that I go through cars, I just don't think it's a good idea, because I think, well, a year after the C8 launches, there's going to be a Z06 model and then probably a ZR1 model down the road, and they're just going to tank the value of the base C8. And I don't want to be in one of those positions where I bought one and I'm losing a gob of money. And you lose money when you buy cars, but I don't want to lose a ton of money. And this car I bought right. The C8 was starting. We were really close to launch time. Obviously, when I bought this car, I haven't had it very long. I just hit the break-in mileage 26 miles ago. But I don't think that it's a good option for me. Although I do like the tech, the interior of the car, the exterior of the car. It's amazing. Don't get me wrong. I'm so excited that GM finally made something like this. That dual clutch transmission, I so wish this car or the ZR1 that I had before would have had that. I probably would have kept the ZR1, to be quite honest with you, if it wasn't for that. I did get an automatic in this car, which I like, don't get me wrong, but man, a dual clutch, that will be absolutely incredible. So I want to know kind of what you guys think. Do you like the C7 platform? Like I said, I like it. It's just not as exciting to me as the ZR1 was. I don't know if it's because the ZR1 was my first Corvette. Now, I did have a base model C6, but that was actually my wife's car. But tell me what you think. Do you think the C8 is worth buying? Do you think I should keep the C7 Z06 and just kind of ride it out for a while and play with it? Or do you think I should go back to the ZR1? My wife seems to think I should go to the new one. She thinks I shouldn't buy another ZR1. She said, you've already had that. Why don't you get something different? But ultimately, guys, I love the look of that car. I love the way it rode. And it sounds like, honestly, from just talking to you guys and listening, that I've already made up my mind to get another ZR1. But I haven't quite done that. Now, I did spend some money on this car. I spent $2,500 to have the front of this car completely wrapped, the sides. The whole car is basically wrapped and ceramic coated with, well, paint protective film and then ceramic coated. But I would be losing that money. Obviously, I'm not going to get that back. And I'm probably going to lose a little bit of money. Now, I bought this car right, but I'm going to lose a little bit of money, obviously, to go to something different. So I want to hear from you guys. What do you guys think? Do you think the C8 is going to be all it's cracked up to be? I haven't driven one. I have read some stuff saying that there were some electrical issues, is why it took a while to launch. I don't know whether that's true or not. You know, it's on the internet, so it's got to be true. But I think the look of the car is great. I don't hate the look of the car. I don't love it like it's no Huracan, believe me. To me, that is, I just think that's one of the best looking cars ever made. I thought the C6 ZR1 was one of the best looking cars ever made. I'm sure GM will improve upon this C8 as we go, and it'll get even better and better looking. as they change a few things. But like I said, guys, I don't know. I'm at a complete toss-up. I think the fact that I don't love this car tells me that I should probably get rid of it while the market's somewhat okay. People are saying, oh, it's the last of the front engine Corvettes. I don't think that freaking matters. I don't think anybody cares that it's the last of the front engine Corvettes. It's not like it's some rare car. The color's kind of rare, but it's not like a ZR1, a low production number. It's not. And I've always kind of had some of those cars that have been oddball stuff. I had a Cyclone. I was trying to say Typhoon, but it was actually a Cyclone. Several oddball, like the B4C cars have always appealed to me because not everybody has one. Now, to most people, they're just a Camaro, but to me, it's kind of cool because it's an old cop car, and they didn't make very many of them. All the GMMG cars were, well, the majority of the GMMG cars were B4C cars or cop cars. But I've always kind of had something odd and different, and that's what I've always liked. I don't drive around and see a bunch of them. The ZR1, first of all, I never saw a blue ZR1, the Jetstream blue like I had, and I only saw 2 in the 4 years that I owned that car, or a little over 3 years that I owned that car. I never saw, well, I saw 2. One of them was at a car show. Well, I saw 3. I take that back. I saw one at the Corvette Museum, which that doesn't really count. And then I saw one in Oklahoma City when I was driving around. But you don't see those cars now. To most people, that just looks like a regular C6. To my wife, I think if it drove by, she'd just say it was a Corvette. She wouldn't know the difference. But this car, there's a ton of those out there. Anyway, guys, I will quit rambling. I just wanted to make a video kind of talking about what my thoughts are, what I'm thinking constantly. It's driving me crazy. I don't know. I don't know what to do. I want you guys to let me know in the comments what you think I should do. Do you think I should sell this car while I can and get out of it? I think once the C8 actually hits the ground, this car will drop probably a little bit in value. The ZR1s, I think, have plateaued. I think they're probably where they're going to be for a while. And the C8s, who knows what dealers are going to do. I don't know that you're going to be able to buy one for MSRP. I don't know how many allocations each dealer gets. I don't know any of that info. That's for other channels that know all that stuff. Nor do I want to know, to be quite honest with you. But guys, hopefully you like this video. I'll put a couple clips of me ripping on this car in the end here, so you can kind of hear, maybe with the windows down. I'm driving with the windows up right now, so you guys can kind of hear what I'm saying. But if you guys do like this video, please smash that thumbs up button. Don't forget to go down in the comments and tell me what you guys think I should do. Golly, that sun's bright. If you're not subscribed while you're down there commenting, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And then, obviously, if you're down there subscribing, doing all this stuff, commenting and whatnot, make sure you ring that bell icon. That way you're notified every time we drop a new video. Guys, I would like to do some more videos like this in the future. Tell me what you think about that. I generally don't drive around and just talk to you guys or ask you any questions. Most of my videos are how-to and stuff like that, me working on projects, but I'd like to do some other stuff, like expand and maybe do some driving videos. I talked about that at the end of last year, but something I would really like to do. So stay tuned on the channel, guys, to make sure you catch any videos like this. Of course, we got a ton of projects to work on, so make sure you stay tuned to see the next video. Transmission shifts pretty quick. Way faster than I could row the C6 ZR1, that's for sure. This isn't the greatest road to rip on it, but we're gonna do it anyway. Not for safety reasons, just because it's just a crappy road. On this thing are really good for steel brakes. Well, hopefully you guys don't get a bunch of wind noise. I'm going to try to rip on it with the window down. I need to clean my back glass. I haven't cleaned the windows since I got my windows tinted, so don't judge me on that, guys. Let's get this car out of the way. This thing's pretty freaking quick. crazy that like old men are driving around in these cars